G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a product that I've been using on the channel now for, I'm going to say years. It started with the MLM2 Pro, I've got the Garmin R10 stand, and now I've just received the Mevo Gen 2 and also 2 leveling stands from Claire's Prints. I've just got to give a massive shout out to Claire and David from Claire's Prints for always supporting the channel and sending me these products so I can test them and review them for you guys. Like I said, today I'm going to be showing off the leveling stands for the Mevo Gen 2, but also doing a product showcase, not only for the Mevo Gen 2 and the stands that they've sent me, but also for all of the leveling stands that I've used. So the MLM2 Pro one, for example, has been an absolute game changer for me in an indoor environment, so I'm going to be showing that off as well. One of the key things with the Mevo Gen 2, if you're going to use this, not only indoors but outdoors, is you need to know this thing is aligned correctly and you need to know it is the same height as your hitting mat. Those are the two massive things with this unit. If you're going to use it indoors, it has to be aligned correctly, because if it isn't, you're going to induce errors with horizontal launch angle, not only on, long shots with driver irons, even chip shots, but the biggest thing is having this thing aligned so you can actually have it optimized for putting. I've done a few videos with this unit, and putting for me, I didn't have the best experience, but my setup, as a lot of people pointed out, is not correctly optimized for putting. But what I will say is by having these stands, especially the laser aligned stand from Claire's Prints, I did actually have a pretty usable experience with GS Pro when I was using this thing for putting. The ball speeds were off, but that's more down to the actual firmware on this device at the moment. But in terms of horizontal launch angle, when I used the stand, I had a much better experience because I knew the thing was actually perfectly aligned. So the stands that I use and the stands that, she's been amazing, and so has David. They've supported the channel so much, but these are the stands I'm talking about. Now, I'll put over an overlay on the screen and just talk about some of the actual benefits that you might want from one stand to the other, because there are two different versions of this stand. In my right hand, I'm actually holding the laser stand. So what this has is a built-in laser, and I'll show you that now. There's the little hole for the laser, and then you've also got the actual body of the laser there. This thing charges by USB-C, and it's just got a switch that you can turn it on and off. So I'll turn it on, you can see the laser there on my hand, and you can turn it off. Charges by USB-C. The actual unit will sit in this stand, and then it will actually just rest the back stand, I guess, on the actual 3D printed stand. And with this, it is going to be perfectly 12 degrees. The good thing about this is you've got 3 feet that you can adjust, and you can see that on the bottom there. Those 3 feet are all independently adjustable, and it also comes with, on top, you can see, it comes with a bubble spirit level, or a spirit stand, to make sure this thing is perfectly flat on the ground. And when you do that, it's dialed to that 12 degrees, which is optimal for this unit. The good thing is as well, is you can actually use this in the software, and you can see a live readout of your tilt and roll, and you can adjust it on the fly, not only in the Flight Scope app, but also in GS Pro. So you can adjust these feet manually until you get it perfectly level in terms of roll, and then 12 degrees of tilt. So who is this one for? The one with the actual laser, I would say if you're going to play golf indoors, get the one with the laser, because the way this thing sits in there, and I'll show you this now, the actual laser is lined up with the camera on the device. Now, the good thing about that is you're going to use your camera, and it's going to have the line that goes down. So when you're in the alignment mode, you've got the line vertically that goes down the screen. You can match that up with the laser. So it's a really good design that the camera is meeting up with the actual laser from this unit. So if you're going to use this indoors, get the one with the laser. It's going to make alignment so much easier. And also it's going to make getting it level easier as well. So if you're someone that constantly takes your setup up and down, or even if you're not, honestly, movements happen, like little minute movements, they do happen with all of these devices. And that's why realistically, every time you use a floor-based unit, you need to align it. So having something like this is going to ensure that you've got perfect alignment and also the perfect conditions for the unit. If you play outdoors though, I wouldn't recommend getting the one with the laser. Save yourself a bit of money and get yourself the one that doesn't have the laser, because outdoors, the laser's not going to be visible anyway. And so you're just going to be using the camera in the unit to align it to the target you're trying to go to. So in an outdoor environment, just get the one without the laser. The other thing is, this base on the one that doesn't have the laser is actually a lot thinner than the one, I mean, it's not a lot thinner, but I'll show them off in a second. You can see the actual thickness of the base there. This one is a lot thinner. And look, I'm gonna get people go, why do you want this for outdoors? Well, the reason you want this for outdoors is because the ground's not gonna be perfectly flat. It's always going to have some sort of undulation or some sort of, some sort of degree of, tilt or roll. And so that's where having an alignment stand outdoors, or a leveling stand, I should say, you can independently adjust those 3 feet and you can make sure it's perfectly 12 degrees and perfectly 0 roll. So outdoors, I'd say this thing is almost more important than indoors, because indoors, generally you're going to be on a flat surface. Outdoors, you're going to have some undulation in the ground that you're working with. I'm just going to open this one up and show you exactly what you get when you purchase this thing. So this is the leveling stand. It's not the one with the laser. Obviously, I'm using this indoors, so I'm using the one with the laser. But I'll pop this open now, and you can see you essentially get a nice wrapped up stand, and we'll take that out of the box. Claire makes these things by hand. She has multiple 3D printers. David obviously helps her, but she also has employed some friends. And what is amazing is that I feel like this channel and you guys have really helped support Claire. They make a fantastic product, so it's easy to support them. But this channel has really had an instrumental effect or help on Claire and David and their business. And look, I think it's really cool to support someone that's young and they're doing this as their first business. It's amazing. So thank you for the support, guys. When you open it up, you get met with the stand itself, and you can see that is a lot thinner than the actual laser stand, and I'll show that in a sec. You also get, and she always does this, you also get a little handwritten note, really neat handwriting, by the way, and then you also get a candy or a lolly. So my kids love that. I always give my kids the lollies when we get them. And then you get your feet. So you get your independent 3 feet that you can adjust. And so as you can see, this one is the one that doesn't have the laser on it. And you can see there, the actual base is a lot thinner. And I'll show off side-by-side comparison. I'll try and get these so you guys can really see. There's the laser stand, and then there is the non-laser stand. And depending on the application, depending on where you're going to use this, I think that's going to really influence or drive which one you get. Like I said, these guys don't only make these for the Mevo Gen 2, they also make them for the MLM2 Pro. I always use my MLM2 Pro stand when I'm using my MLM2 Pro, not only indoors, but also outdoors. Like I've said, you get those 3 feet, you can independently adjust it, make sure it's perfectly level. And of course you do get the spirit level on this one as well. And then you do also have the laser as well on the MLM2 Pro stands. Again, charging via USB-C, which I think is fantastic. I think USB-C everything. It should be, that's universal. Even iPhones are using it now. One more thing, guys, I will be giving these away on the channel. So if you want one of these laser stands, if you want the laser stand, sorry, or the non-laser stand, get in the comment section and let me know if you want to be entered into the draw to win one of these. I'll probably give them away on one of my Sunday lives. So definitely jump in the comment section and let me know if you want to pick one of these things up. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. I have included a link in the description of this video if you want to go pick up one of the Mevo Gen 2 stands, but also if you want to go pick up an MLM2 Pro stand or a Garmin R10 stand, check the link in the description. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, let me know. Any comments or questions, leave them down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.